Hello and welcome everybody to game 29 of the Real Racquetball Show. Want to thank everybody that's made it on. And Maurice, how are you doing?
What's going on, Mike? What's going on with yourself, man? It's been an interesting last couple of minutes. That's all I can say.
I know you've been rushing around to get set up.
Yeah. Hence why, this little corner here that I just saw that I should have moved, but that's okay.
No,
okay.
We're
We going
fine.
as we go.
All good. So, how was your time at the U.S. Open? What'd you think?
Fantastic. It was about the busiest I've ever been. There were a lot of people who came up and spoke to me, which, as I've promoted a lot on the show, I have no issue with it. Obviously, playing wise, I didn't do as well as I would have wanted to do. Lost a tough tiebreaker. My brother qualified and got to play Kane though, so that was great.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think it was fantastic. How about yourself?
Great time. Had a lot of wonderful, very productive meetings. Got to watch some great racquetball.
Yeah.
It was so much fun to get back and see people and talk to them in person that we hadn't seen in a couple of years. So it was a lot of fun. And the show we did was just a ball.
That was a blast,
I love
Mike.
That live
my
show.
Lord. Oh, that was so much fun.
That was cool. Got some good people to stop in and say hi. Well, everybody, please like and share the feed. We have a very special guest coming on here in a little bit. We will let you know who that is. We've not promoted that out, but we made the invitation. He wasn't sure if he was going to make it, and it looks like he is. So we will have him on here shortly. Don't know, Maurice, if you even know who it is we have possibly coming on.
I have no idea.
All right. Well, it'll be a great surprise then.
Yeah.
All right. Well, before we get to that, and want to talk a little bit about the newsletter for this month. Is going to be out this week. Could be any moment now. If you don't receive it, please let us know. Email Renee. It has a ton of great information. We had a great example of a gentleman had contacted one of the board members about had some questions on transparency information coming out of USA Racquetball, and that board member sent this individual the last 7 or 8 newsletters, and they called him back up and complimented the tremendous information in that newsletter. So if you're not receiving it, please let us know. The issue coming out, the newsletter coming out has U.S. Open recap in it, U.S. team update, the feature called Rule. It's the question and answer from the Rules Commissioner. It's the new section we put in. I believe last issue was the first one we put the rule section in. So it's always a favorite. So be sure and check it out. There's a war update Todd Boss wrote, and the normal section for the board of directors update. If you're curious what goes on in a board meeting, read that section of the newsletter. It'll tell you kind of what's happening in the board meetings. So a lot of good information. So be sure you're getting the newsletter. Share it around to your friends. It's just packed full. We spend a lot of time. There's a lot of work goes into putting as much information into that as we possibly can. So also the Real Racquetball Champion comes back. We will award the next Real Racquetball Champion on November 15th.
Good.
So everybody tune in, watch who that individual is going to be. We're just really excited to get back to issuing the Real Racquetball Champion. So many great people. It's really cool. Really cool. So the next show, I talked to say that we're going to award the Racquetball Champion on the 15th, but the next show is going to be game 30 will be November 1st.
Yeah.
So everybody tune into that. Again, share this feed, like it, send it out to people. We want your comments. So please get on and talk to us about the questions you have, information you might have, anything that you've got going on you want information about. This is the place to do it. This is your direct line to Maurice, board member, pro athlete, and myself, Mike Wedel, executive director of USA Racquetball.
Pro
We have a
athlete.
direct link to ask us questions.
Come on, Mike. Say you're a pro athlete too. Come on, Mike.
Now, I'm about as far from a pro athlete as I could be. So ask us your questions. We promise we will do everything we can to answer those for you. It should get the information out. We're trying to be out here so we can answer those questions for you. So I don't have confirmation from Stuart yet that our special guest is in the waiting room yet. So we will go ahead and get started. Couple things we want to make sure everybody still remembers. We did change times for the show. The new time is 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 Central, 5 Mountain, 4 Pacific. Put that in your schedule, and we will try and keep it at that time. We've had some really good feedback about the new time. People like it. They can get on earlier in the evening, watch the show, or they can watch the rebroadcast of it anytime that evening or the next day. All right, send us your questions and topics. The hold it, save the date. We mentioned last time. I want to mention it again. National doubles, February 2nd through the 6th in Tempe, Arizona.
Absolutely.
Everybody mark that on your calendar. Make your plans. We will have the website up soon. Probably won't happen this week because we're all leaving for Vegas. So we'll be there. But as soon as we get back, top priority will be to get those things up and out so everybody can get entered and get the time set, flights made, hotels. The host hotels are going to be the Graduate and the Moxie. Okay. We've already got them under contract. Excited about that because they had I believe it was a softball tournament early 2020, and we were not able to get the Graduate under contract. So we've locked them up for a couple of years now, along with the Moxie. High schools, national high schools are scheduled from March 1st through the 6th. They'll be in St. Louis. Scroll on the bottom of the page. Really excited to have that going back on. It's just great to have national championships coming back.
I know national doubles is a blast. So if you haven't been, first of all, I'll be there. So you can always come see me. No, I'm kidding. But no.
Come see Maurice.
Yeah, I went, was it last year? No, 2020.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed, like I said, we met. It was the best tournament I've been to ever. I've never been to a only doubles tournament. Obviously shootouts, but I had a blast. Oh no, state doubles and stuff. That's true. Yeah. And then high schools, we never had it in high school, so never got to compete. But coming from Iowa, seeing all the juniors there of all ages, but obviously of high school age too, tremendous amount of talent. So it'd be interesting to see what's going to happen in this one in St. Louis, especially in St. Louis too.
Yeah. National doubles is a lot of fun. Typically there's 450-ish people, give or take a few, that attend that. So it's kind of like the Open. You get to see a lot of the people you don't get to see all year. And who doesn't want to go to Tempe in February?
True.
Well, maybe you guys in Georgia may not make that big a difference. Here in the Midwest, we really look forward to getting somewhere warm.
Here in February, it gets cold in February. So
cold as in
like 50s. Don't do that. It's cold. I don't care what you say, Mike. 50s is cold.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It gets maybe 50s. There won't be. You'll doubt you'll get a 60s in February. Definitely. In Arizona. Yeah, Arizona was warm to me because I brought all hoodies and stuff. I was like, oh, it's hot. Okay, I ain't felt this in a while. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't care what nobody says. 50s is cold here in Georgia for me.
Well, it's warmer in Arizona, so that's cool.
Yeah.
We got a question in the comments section. Mike, hope I pronounced your name correct. Kinkin. Mike, appreciate your logging in and watching. You're asking how many current members does USA Racquetball have? Right now, I can give you. Right now, normally, this will give you kind of a reference point. Normally, pre-COVID, we were about 8,000 members. up a couple hundred, down a couple hundred, depending on what time of the month or time of the year it is. The lowest membership got was in April of 2021. Membership dropped down to 3,671. That's the low COVID number. Right now, it's growing back up. We're about 4,500 now, and we're adding 100, 150, 200 per month. That give you kind of an idea of where that's all memberships, indoor, outdoor, juniors, adults. So we're working real hard to get the memberships back. One of the driving numbers is that tournaments are coming back. The list of tournaments on the sanctioned tournaments on the docket over the next, through the rest of the year is about 129. So that includes leagues, tournaments, sanctioned events of all kind. A year ago, that number was about 20. So with COVID hopefully waning down, hopefully we're getting back, and the events will help members get back out and play and renew their memberships. So appreciate the information. Norm, appreciate you watching the show. I'm glad you refreshed and your feed is working good. Anybody got any questions about those type of things, certainly put them in there. We want to make sure the feed is as good as possible. So, all right. Well, with the save the dates, let's chat just a little bit about the Open. We talked a lot about it while we were on the show, but I think it really, really ran smooth. Can't say enough about how well organized that event is, how much work Doug puts into that and his entire team. Doug gets a lot of the credit as the tournament director, but there are hundreds of people that work on that event. He has a staff of managers, and each of those managers has a staff under them that all of them just bust their butt and do a phenomenal job. We give Doug all the credit and he deserves it, but boy, there's sure a lot of people that are very talented working on that event. So I want to thank all of them. The event ran smooth. Transportation ran smooth. Anytime you have that many people and that many moving parts, you're going to have a glitch or two. But boy, I think overall it really went well. Hope everybody got a chance to either attend or watch the Hall of Fame celebration. That was an absolute honor and a ball to MC. It came off as good as I could have hoped it would be. The four inductees, Hank Marcus, Kelly Bean, Jason Menino, and Greg Peck, just absolutely phenomenal. The speeches were great. They were concise, point, and I don't think there was a dry eye in the room through the entire time. It was very emotional. Was a lot of fun.
It was recorded, right?
It was, and I checked today. I've been traveling a lot. I went right from the Open to the USOPC meetings, so it was a traveling a lot. But I'm checking to make sure that we get the feed off of Facebook and also put onto YouTube. Okay. So that everybody can watch it on YouTube. I'm also going to take that video from YouTube then and cut it up and give some. I want to make sure that each of the inductees has a copy of their portion. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It was a great celebration. A lot of people there. It was very well attended. I wasn't sure, being on a Friday morning, how well attended that would be, and it really was well attended. So it was really good. So if you haven't had a chance to watch it, kind of keep an eye out. It is still on the Facebook page. You can find it on the US Racquetball Facebook page. And we hope to have it on our YouTube channel very quickly, so you'll be able to see that. I see we've got another question. Norm asked a question. Can you find a location to set up the portable court year-round? I'm sure it would be beneficial for the USAR IRT doing events, clinics, and live streams. Norm, absolutely. We would love to find a place to set that up and keep it up. And we've been working on some things over the past 18, 16 months that we think we've got something in place that we'll be able to do that either permanent or at least long stretches of time. So kind of keep your eyes and ears. We've got some announcements coming out of the next couple months. We've got a few more contracts and agreements to get signed to make sure this is all in place. And we think we've got some things that are really going to excite the racquetball community. And one of them is we want to showcase that court much more. So keep your eyes out. This is going to be cool. We've got some things coming up that we think will really be good. And we're also planning to have the court in Birmingham for the World Games. We're working on that with the IRF and the Birmingham folks. So we're working really hard to see if we can't showcase racquetball as a whole in the World Games in Birmingham next year. So a lot of things working. It is an expensive set. It's expensive to move around. It's expensive to set up. But part of the expense on that is getting it in and out of the lifetime. The way it's stored and where it's stored, it's extremely difficult and labor intensive to get it out of there and then put it back. So we are and have been working on several solutions to that problem, and we think we've got some in order that will be available to us in the next couple months. So hold tight, but great idea. Completely agree. We need to be showcasing racquetball on that court a lot more, and we're working hard to find ways to do that. As you know, with everything, costs are a factor, and of course, with COVID, we've been kind of hit where it hurts for money. So we're looking for a lot of other solutions, and we think we've got some really good ones coming up. All right, let's see. Yeah, I know my locked up a little bit. I'm still waiting for our special guest to show up. Hopefully, he's able to make it in. So, what was your overall takeaway from the U.S. Open? I know you didn't come out quite the way you wanted to, but
yeah. So overall, right? So as a let's see, like not as a player, right? As a person who goes to just enjoy it, I got to see a lot of the people that I haven't seen in forever. Like the stuff we talked about before. I gave out so many hugs that it was like, Maurice, you're getting a lot of hugs, and it was like, that's cool because that means that so many people and so many friendships and relationships that I've developed over the years of people that I truly care about and care about me in return. I met a lot of people this year too, and it's just different when you truly are genuine and you care about everybody else. I think the memories that were created, obviously I've only been to like 5 or 6 U.S. Opens, but you can tell from the memories they had put up this that video. I think it was it the semis? Or I don't remember what match it was, but they had showed a video on both sides of just pictures that were taken over the years of champions, of people, of spectators, volunteers, everybody. And you could tell how it grew from what it started to what it was and what it is now, obviously, right? Of the appreciation and gratitude for Doug doing for what he did, and him getting his roses for all the effort and work that he's put in. Of the legends coming and playing for the legends, and there were some legends that didn't play, or other past professional players that didn't play in that, but that came out to support also. It was a blast. Obviously, Alvi and Daniel repeated, or they didn't repeat, but they won again for their second title. Daniel, we've got a new U.S. Open champion, regardless of whatever happened. He won. We need to celebrate the fact that there's a new champion. Like, this is the sixth guy to win it in 25 years. Like 15, right? Like it's been a new champion over a decade, right? This is fantastic. He's 4 months older than me, right? So that's great. He's the new #1 player on tour. Like, I'm sure that's something he's worked hard for, and it showed on the court. Paola, won double again, is just showing her dominance. And so meeting everybody again, developing relationships. I had nothing but respect. I mean, there were more seats, so you had more spectators in that show area. As you saw me, or I don't know if anyone saw me, I was doing this most of the tournament. Wednesday, Thursday was just completely booked. I was just busy from meetings to playing, watching. Especially Wednesday, Thursday. I was out in 12 hours. So if y'all want to know, he showed up without in 12 hours, right? But that's fine. So busy there. Then Thursday was just completely busy between supporting, and I think that day was the day I talked to, I think, the most players and fans of the sport. Friday was the same thing, and then Saturday was supporting, and then Sunday I didn't get there because I had some stuff to do until later, so I didn't really get to say goodbye to everybody, because I had to get to the airport. But it was, obviously it was an event that I would love to go to. So hopefully next year, I'm looking forward to what USA Racquetball does to it. What we're gonna do for the event. Hopefully my daughter can make a special appearance. You never know. I'd love to hear, Daddy, if I choose to go to, and if she wants to play, that's up to her. But if she doesn't, I'm completely fine with that too.
Yeah.
But as a total, I thought the event was, I can't say anymore. Like, it was just great. And there were some people who it really was their first time, and I got to meet them, and then hearing their reactions or what did they find that was exciting for them, if they saw anything that needed to be improved, right? Because for next year, and seeing the that fascination when you go to it the first time and being like, I remember that look. I know what you're going through here. And being able to watch the players up close and personal than just on a computer screen, which is what some people have been having to do because of COVID, right? And some people, this really was their first tournament back. And then being able to see all levels. I got to actually go to the other facility, which I had said I'd wanted to do because I didn't get to do it the last couple of years. And I got to see those players at the same time, which, not gonna lie, Mike, they were probably more rowdy than the players at the Target Center. Not gonna lie. They were pretty rowdy. But it just showed the passion that they have for it, I think I ended up reffing a match. They probably gave me more flack than the players at the Target Center. And I was like, I could stay at the Target Center if I wanted this. But like I said, it doesn't, and that's what I enjoy about racquetball. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're an elite open or you're pro. Like, everybody plays a sport for their own reasons, whether it's for just entertainment, whether it's for exercise, whether it's for player, whether it's for the medal or the trophy, whatever. That's what racquetball is. It isn't. It's ever moving. It's its own entity. It's not static. It's free flowing. It's not how someone views it. Isn't how someone else is going to view it.
Exactly.
And when you blend everyone's experiences and approaches and cultures and just everything together, that's when it's just the best it's ever been.
Absolutely. And one of the really cool things that is like what you're saying is that you get to be with all the players. Mm-hmm. One of the greatest things about the US Open and really a lot of racquetball tournaments is all of the pros, all of the legends, all of those people that help create they're all accessible. They're walking around watching matches or sitting around in the chairs, and you can walk by and shake their hand and take a picture with them. And they just love the fact that you know who they are and they're completely accessible. Mm-hmm. Where, like bigger sports, you just don't get that access to those athletes, where in racquetball, they're hanging around. They're just there in the host hotel and the Lions Club, which is the restaurant bar right now attached to it. You go in there and have dinner at night, and it was full of racquetball people. Mm-hmm. It was so cool to be able to have walk around, shake people's hands, say hi, and chat, and just really. Racquetball is great because it's small enough that we're still a community, that all the players, pros, everybody's still around. You can find them at the club, chat with them, say hi. As long as you're respectful about it, it really is cool. So that's the greatest thing about the US Open, and that carries over into a lot of the other national championships, doubles and those type of things. A lot of those players, the team qualifying is there, so a lot of the top athletes are there qualifying for a spot on next year's team. So really is a neat aspect to have all the players accessible, even the legends. I mean, there were some players that I got a chance to sit and chat with. Dave Peck sat and had a meal and a drink with Dave and his wife, and it was so much fun. Just wonderful people, and they helped create our sport.
Yep.
You don't get to see that in normal other big sports. So, okay, we got another question. Looks like Wilbur has got a question about what about better quality broadcasting? Watching is almost impossible to enjoy and to watch it. I think we've come a long way in the last few years. I know the IRT has upgraded all of their equipment. The LPRT has upgraded theirs. Us with USA Racquetball, we've upgraded bits and pieces. We've had some people donate some really, really high quality equipment to us. So we're always working to improve. It's a tough sport to broadcast, as you know, people have talked about for years and years. The ball moves really fast, and the players are all moving all over. It's hard if you're not a player and understand where the ball is going and where it might be. It's really hard to track that ball that fast. But we are working on it, and we've actually got a group of individuals, tech individuals, and video individuals that are kind of working on some out of the box ideas to come up with some ideas that we might be able to try. Is there a difference in if we change the color of the ball? I don't know. They've got a lot of different colors, and a lot of different people have tried it. So I don't know. We're looking at different things, possibly the quality of the cameras themselves. It's pretty easy to get really good, high quality camera equipment now. Most people have an iPhone or a cell phone of some sort that has camera quality that didn't exist 5 years ago. So the prices on that equipment's coming down enough that we think we're going to be able to upgrade our equipment at a reasonable price and hopefully make it better. We really want it to be as high quality as possible, just because we need to broaden the base of people enjoying the sport. It can't just be for the people that go to the tournament, especially national championships, US Open, IRT, and LPRT, tier 1s, tier 2 events. We need those players exposed at a greater level. And now that streaming is, I say free, it's not necessarily free, but it's cost effective as opposed to ESPN or those type of things that are hundreds of thousands of dollars. You don't necessarily need that anymore. You can broadcast it and stream it, put it up on your TV, and it's HD quality. It's phenomenal. So it's solving to that problem as opposed to coming up with a couple $100,000 to put it on ESPN one time. We need to buy the equipment and be able to stream it at a really high quality. There's new software coming out all the time. At the US Open, I talked to a couple individuals that deal in streaming, and the software is really becoming accessible now that will do some of the things we love in other sports. To be able to do a really quick slow-mo, a replay, multi-screens, those type of things. We're looking into upgrading all of that, and there's the costs are coming down so fast, and we're going to have access to those things really quick. Some of the top people we spoke with, Dean Bear with the IRT streaming system. He's got some great people working with him, and we're going to be able to access some of that. And some of those licenses, a few years ago, we looked at a software license to do streaming, and it was $25,000, $30,000 to buy a license for it. Well, software that's better than that now is available for $1,000. So it's technology is changing all of it so quick that it's going to get better. So stay tuned. If you have experts in that field that can help us out, send them our way. As you know, we're looking to improve this, and we'll never claim to be an expert in that. I know enough to know what we need, but not enough to know what it's going to take to do. So be sure and help us out. If you know somebody, if you know an expert that will volunteer some time just to help us, teach us what we need, we're always open to suggestions. Terrific stuff.
So Mike, just so I don't, regardless if anyone else missed it, for you to be able to say you know what you need but not know how to do it,
Mhm.
I appreciate that as a member, so that you don't just go in trying to do it and then it ends up not coming out correctly, you know? And I'm not, regardless if we were on air or not, right? I would say the same thing, because there's a lot of times someone will find a problem, and
Yeah.
there's no one in particular. I'm just saying in general, and they'll try to fix it, but not have the experience to know how to do it, you know? And so you're going to go out and like, hey, look, if someone can help me out with this problem and you can do it a better way, let's do it this way. Let's get it right the first time, or let's try to get as close as we can. I appreciate that as a member, or
Yeah.
you being able to do that.
Well, and it's one of the things that's great about having a board of directors is they all have different skill sets. So typically we go to the board and say, look, this is our issue. How anybody here have expertise in it, or who do you know? And that reach goes all across the country. So, it's really nice to be able to have that, and then have a forum like this to be able to ask our membership, look, if you have somebody, if you know somebody, boy, we can always use more help. That's one of those areas that we really put a lot of time in trying to figure out what's best, what solves the problem. And we all know what the problem is. You just can't see it well enough.
Yeah.
Okay, well, is it cameras, technology? I've spent most of my life playing in technology and computers and such, but video streaming is a little bit, it's just, I don't know enough about it to really help improvement. So we've got a comment from Mike Coulter. We're going to chat a little bit about Three Wall Ball here in just a second, but he's talking about the streaming at Three Wall Ball. Everybody tune in and watch that. They've got the IRT and the LPRT, best streaming systems out there to stream the outdoor. And I'll tell you, Maurice, I don't know if you saw on social media some of the pictures that Mike put out about they repainted all the walls, repainted the floor, the ground. Boy, that is sharp looking. This is going to be a ball to see.
I don't know if Mike likes me anymore. He ain't saying nothing to me. He ain't saying nothing to me. I'm like, Mike, I'm over here planning to come to Vegas. I got people. I'm like, hey, people hit me up today. My sister hit me up. She's like, hey, do you want to go? Yeah, I'm going next year. She's like, really? Yeah, I'm already going. I'm already planning for it. I'm going to go.
Yeah, good. You are going?
Michael, what you ain't say nothing to me? I'm like, I thought we were bros, but that's cool. That's cool. It's okay, Mike. Don't worry about it now. It's okay. I'm only crying on the inside. It's not else. But no, speaking of,
I'm sure Mike didn't mean anything personal. He will bug you, especially if you're out there. You may have opened a can of worms there you didn't want to open.
You're right. That's cool, but that's okay. That's cool. No, but for real, I'm trying to remember. I think I did. I saw who posted it. Was it Rob? Someone posted where they were building it, and I was coming almost close to like day 3 or something they had said, and I got to see that. I'm not on Facebook that much, surprisingly. I'm really not. That's why I really post anything. I'm really on it. I'll use Messenger, but that's about it. But yeah, it looked. I can't wait for it. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for all the players going. I'm ready.
Well, I am thrilled to hear that you're going. I didn't think you were going to make it out this year. So cool.
Yeah. So that's okay. That's what I'm training for next year. We get to play. Either we get to play or me and Mike get to play. So it's cool.
All right. Well, that's cool. Maurice. Maurice.
What do you say?
He says, Maurice, hello. Big guy should be out here this year.
You're right. You're right. It's cool.
So that's
baby
cool.
girl comes first, so I gotta make sure baby girl's okay.
Yeah.
So after a year, I can smooth everything out and hope. Like I said, I'm gonna see. I'm not gonna rush it. If she's ready to come out, she's gonna come out, and then if not, I'm just gonna take it slow. She decides every decision I make. It was hard not being with her for U.S. Open, but I got to see her while I was out there, so it was okay. But next year it's okay. We got next year. It might be 300 days plus, but that's a small amount. It's nothing.
Yeah, you got a couple other comments. OneWallBall.com. Nice compliment. The LPRT has phenomenal quality and camera angles, and I agree. A lot of it has to do with where the cameras are set, and some of that varies depending on the club. But they do a really nice job. and I know the IRT and certainly at the Open, they're limited in where the cameras can go. There's so many people walking around that they've got to be careful where they put cables and cameras and stuff. Nick made a comment also about the IRT just needs to have the cameras in a different spot. And again, it's so dependent on the club and what access they have, but it does make a big difference. I agree. And we're going to work on adding cameras to get different angles down the lines, those type of things. I think watching NFL games, they've got a lot of cameras in different places. So anytime if there's a touchdown or something, they've got a camera that shoots down that line so you can see it. I could just really be cool to have cameras down the short lines, those type of things. So we're working on a lot of those different things. Appreciate all the input. And let's jump right into the 3-wall ball. I know Mike's watching. Congratulations. Appreciate that, Mike. And we are so excited about coming out. Can't wait to get out there. My flight leaves tomorrow. So couple things. I was looking at some of the draws and the pro draws, doubles, of course, big Landa, Charlie Pratt, De La Rosa, Beltran, all these players, Horn, Diaz, Rhonda's going to be out there. Of course, Michelle's going to be out there. So they got a loaded bunch of players out there that are going to play for the pro doubles men's, pro doubles women's. And what's really always intrigues me, and I always have to find people that are outdoor specialists because I'm not. Is there's all those players I just mentioned are the ones that you typically would also mention in an indoor game.
Yeah.
The outdoor game, a lot of the players that are top players aren't necessarily the top players for indoor. So it's always fun to go watch the outdoor game and watch the top indoor players compete against the outdoor players. And there are all these names that I just don't know. It's phenomenal to watch because it's such a different game. I don't want to say it levels the playing field out, but it takes away the big differences. So really going to be cool. It's going to be exciting. Be sure and watch the streaming, share it when those are being published. And the IRT, LPRT, both going to be out there streaming. So you're going to get a couple choices on who you watch, what you get to watch. But share those and comment on them. Talk to the broadcasters. Tell them what you're liking and disliking about it. Let them know. We really want to give you the best product possible. I know Mike and his entire team. Mike is a lot like Ganem in that he gets the credit and also the blame. But boy, he's got a great team of people putting all this together. A lot of individuals working on the desk, working behind the desk, hustling people around, making sure this all stays and runs. So when you're out there, anybody, let them know. Mike just put up another comment for us. The highs are going to be in the low 80s, lows in the 60s, clear, best weather. So you got to compliment Mike on when he orders the weather. He does a nice job. So one other interesting thing that we're going to do this year that's going to be a little bit different. Mike has given us the opportunity to set up a USA Racquetball booth. So we're going to set up a booth for War/USA Racquetball. I'll be there a lot. Renee's going to be out there quite a bit. Connor's going to be out there for a few days. So come over to the booth, say hi. We're going to try and get some other board members to come out, chat about some of the goings on with War and USA Racquetball. We have some really cool giveaways. So if you stop by, sign up for some of the giveaways. We've got a couple USA Racquetball barbecue sets we're going to give away. We're giving away 4 $50 Nike gift certificates. Really cool. We gave a couple of those away in Huntington Beach. Really neat stuff. So we've also got a couple rackets we're going to give away. They're kind of junior beginner rackets, but we want to give a couple brand new head rackets out. So come by, sign up for them. You can sign up 1 entry per day per person. So we're going to be there for several days. Come over and sign up several times. And we'll do the drawing on Sunday, post the numbers up on the board at the booth. So Sunday afternoon, stop by and see if your number's up there. We'll get you your winnings to take home with you. So if you're not interested in free stuff, just come by and say hi. Come sit around, chat with us, have a nice cold water. I see Mike's active. He's ready to go. JT will be doing some cool drone work, he says. So it's really cool. Everybody knows JT Arball, one of our first winners of Racquetball Champion. Really love all the work he's doing with the streaming and helping out. So big props to him, and it's gonna be kind of cool to see him flying around a drone, getting some cool footage of that. USA Racquetball War and 3-wall ball. We're all in this together. We want to grow outdoor racquetball as much as possible. So come out to 3-wall ball. If you're not able to make it out, watch the streaming, share it, promote it. We'd love to see people discussing who's going to win what. I know there's a lot of chatter on social media. It's not all positive, but there's a lot of chatter about racquetball. So we keep talking about it. The more we talk about it, the more we debate. There's always a great debate on who's winning, who's not, who should. Put some predictions out there. Who you think's going to win the 3-wall ball? So a lot of good stuff coming up.
Yeah.
So have you had a chance to go out and play in the outdoor yet?
Not since
Not yet, no.
Before May of 2020. That was the last time. It was probably, I might have went 2 to 3 times. We have these, they're like in between 3-wall, in between one, not in between 3-wall, like in between 3-wall short and long. It's weird. They're on a college campus. There are 4 courts. And it's different.
Yeah.
The names you named that are coming here, I don't need to play them at all. No, I need a year. Yeah. It's like I said, it's fun. That's why when Mike Couture asked to come, I'm sure, you know.
Yeah.
Obviously, if I'm going to go out there and want to win, then I would probably find somewhere where I can get onto the courts pretty consistently, because that's what you're going to need. You have to train, especially when you're going against players who have been playing it for as long as they have. But if I'm going out to have fun, sign up for a division. If I win, great. If I lose, okay. And then, like I said, you meet a lot of the outdoor players. I know some, because I've been to one outdoor tournament, but I want to meet more. You know, racquetball is racquetball, whether it's indoor or outdoor. I don't care. You know, get out there and hit the ball. Show people the sport. You know, we might. There have been some plans here to see if we can build some outdoor courts, because they're a little easier to build than in indoor. We're just going to be honest. They're easy. You know, you could literally just set up a wall and build outdoor courts. That's all you need. So I'd love to get into it as much as I can. I just don't have access to it.
Yeah.
How about you? Yeah, Mike, what about you? We got to get you on the court.
I haven't played indoor or outdoor in a long time now. I've got to get back. Once I get back from Vegas, I get to be home for a couple months before we go to Tempe. So I'm going to get back on a court and bang around a little bit and try and get back into shape to play some racquetball.
Okay. All right. So Tempe. What? I'm just saying February.
Yeah, probably not. We'll see. We'll see how things go. We'll see how things go. We will. I'd love to play, and I really would like to get in and start playing a little bit more. And I've never played national doubles. It'd be a lot of fun. So we'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we've covered everything. We answered all the questions in the comments. A lot of good comments going on. Appreciate everybody watching and commenting on the things we're talking about and asking new questions. Really appreciate it. Again, share the feed. We love having people watch it afterwards. We've been on for about 45 minutes, so I think we're going to wrap this up.
Yeah, we should probably let them go back to what they do.
Yeah, and you've got daddy duties coming, so you got to
definitely do.
get back to work.
That's why y'all keep seeing me do this. I hear.
I know. So everybody, mark your calendar. Game 30 coming up November 1st. So tune in, watch it, come up with some good questions. We really want to be able to answer your questions. Doesn't really matter what the question is. We will do absolutely the best we can to get it answered for you. If we don't know it, we will look it up and get back with you. So, Maurice, this has been fun again. Love doing this show with you.
I might say we'll go forever. US Open was over an hour. No, sorry.
Absolutely.
Fun.
So we will let everybody go. Again, watch for the newsletter. Really great information. They put a lot of work into putting that together. So hang on to it. Give us some comments on what you think, other things you'd like to see in the newsletter, other things you'd like to see here on the show. And I will turn it over to you to wrap it up, Maurice.
All right, everybody, like and share the feed, please. Get this out to as many people as possible. Like I said, next show is going to be November 1st. So you get to see these beautiful faces again and do this. And like you said, and honestly, if there's any question, any comment, any idea, anything you want to fix, anything you think could be different, any solution you've got, or if you just want to give appreciation, you can send them to Mike, you can send them to me. If you ever see me, then I'll be now. You can walk up if you want to ponder it and just write them in a book. That's fine too. You can email us or anything. If you have any more real racquetball champions, please send them out to see Shane at usaracquetball.com. Myself or Mike also. As much as y'all can. So that's about all I got. All right. Everybody, please have a good night. Mike, as always, is great. It's great chilling with you, man.
It's a lot of fun. And just maybe since I'm leaving for Vegas tomorrow, maybe I'll get to chat with some of you on the broadcast. You never know. Yeah. If not, come by and see us at our booth. All right.
And then tell Michael to give him a dap for me. All right.
There you go. Everybody have a great time. We will talk to you soon. Thank you very much. Appreciate everybody working. Teach somebody new how to play the game. All right.